Hey you guys, Matt here. Today Apple had its iPhone 5 keynote event. Now, it was pretty much along the lines of what the leaks had shown, but it had a lot of other things thrown in. So keep watching to figure out what they were. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know I got my little cheat sheet here. I'm going to be looking at that a lot of the time. So let's start off right off the bat. The iPhone 5. It's made entirely of aluminum, and it's the thinnest iPhone yet, clocking in at 7.6 millimeters thin. That's 18% thinner than the iPhone 4S. It comes in at a very minuscule 112 grams. That's 20% off of the 4S. It still has the Retina display at 326 pixels per inch, and it has a new 4-inch screen. Now, the exact display is 1136 pixels by 640. Now, the Apple applications fit perfectly for the 4-inch display, such as iCalendar, Mail, Phone, Photo, etc. But everything else is going to be photo boxed, and they're not going to stretch it to lose quality. It's just going to have the little blackened display. Now, if you want to know how much more room does it adds another row of apps. So on your home screen, it's now 5x4 rather than 4x4. All US carriers now support LTE, 4G LTE that is. This includes AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint, all of the ones that it was previously on. And it's international also. I don't know all of those international ones, but yeah. It has a new A6 chip. It didn't say if it was quad-core or not. I'm pretty sure if it was, they would have said something and sell you off at that point. But they did say it has a twice as fast CPU and graphics. So that's really nice. The A6 chip is, along with being more powerful, it does save battery, which is needed for the 4G LTE, which it just sucks every last bit of power up. The phone does have 225-hour standby time, or 8 hours browsing using the 4G LTE. Now, the back camera is 8 megapixels with a backside illumination, hybrid IR filter, and dynamic low light. All that tech speak. And it has 40% faster photo captures, 1080p video, just like the 4S. And now one area the iPhone camera has always been lacking is in panorama pictures. Now the panorama option is automatically built into the camera. Now, this is one of the big points. The FaceTime camera is now 720p HD. One of the big things that was changed was the dock connector. You no longer have the standard Apple 30-pin dock connector. You now have a smaller lightning port, it's called. It has an 8-signal design and it's all digital. The nice thing about it is no longer will you be half awake or half asleep and wake up and go, oh, I have to charge my phone, and then you have to look at the little thing on the bottom. You can do it either way now. It's no longer one specific way. Now, this port is 80% smaller. The phone comes in two different versions, color-wise. The white version has the white on the top and an aluminum piece, and the black version has the black at the top and black aluminum. When is this going to be released? Well, the pre-order date is September 14th, so you can go ahead and pre-order that then. And it doesn't ship until September 21st, so it's coming up close. This is available, same prices as they've always been on release date. 16 gigabytes is $199, 32 $299, and 64 gigabytes is $399. And they dropped the 4S prices, so now 16 gigabytes is $99 and 8 gigabytes is free with a 2-year upgrade. iTunes. Now, this is kind of just thrown in there. They updated iTunes. It's same as on the iPhone and the iPad. Because they wanted to make it simpler to fit with Apple's simple tech things. So it has an edge-to-edge display and a new mini player, and a lot of smaller other changes. Now, this is when they got back to their tech, their hardware. The iPod Nano 7th generation, it's 38% thinner, at 5.4 millimeters thin. It has a 2.5-inch multi-touch screen. It has a home button, which is new to the iPod Nano. It has just what the iPod Nano has been typically coming with. FM tuner, you can watch videos on it now. It has a pedometer, and it now has Bluetooth, so you can listen to headphones or connect it to the car. This also comes with the Lightning connector and has 30 hours of music playback. So, as you can see here, It's pretty strange for an Apple device. It reminds me of the Zune, but I don't know about you. The iPod Touch. It is now 6.1 millimeters thin, clocking in at 88 grams. It has an aluminum back and a Retina display, same as the iPhone 5. It's running the A5 dual-core processor. Its battery is about 40 hours of music or 8 hours of video. The back camera is now 5 megapixels, and it has the same front-facing camera as the iPhone 5, clocking in at 720p HD. Now, something that's weird for Apple is the iPod Touch now has a little connector on the back where you can connect a wrist strap. This is called the iPod Touch Loop. It comes in every color that the iPod Touch comes in, and it comes in the box. They also added Siri on the iPod Touch, so that's a good bonus. And it comes in at $299 for the 32GB and $399 for the 64GB. And this will be available sometime in October. They didn't really make it clear. Then, earpods. This was the really strange thing Apple came out with. They redid their headphones, and now the standard headphone is the earpod. They said they scanned a ton of different people's ears, and they kind of matched the most popular ear design and just came up with these. It comes with all new devices, so that's a good thing. So tell me what you guys think of these new devices. Are you guys going to be picking them up, or are you going to wait for the 5S, dare I say, or the next gen iPod Touch or iPod Nano? So thank you guys so much for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.